Hello, my name is Matt. This is the first and only stock speedrun for the weekend of June 11th, 2022. It is the only one because I originally thought I'd be too busy to do a speedrun for this weekend, but I managed to find some time and fight through a hangover so that I can at least do one. As always, if you are unfamiliar with what a stock speedrun is, you can check this video's description for an explanation and disclaimer as to its content. Let's go ahead and get through this because I very much would like to go lie down. Is this the banana company? Like Dole bananas? You're a fresh fruit and vegetables. Wow, cool. I did not know that the Dole company was publicly traded. That's really neat. Engages sourcing. Yeah, fresh fruit and vegetables worldwide. This is the Dole that everyone knows. Fresh fruit, diversified fresh produce, fresh vegetables, bananas, #1 item. Pineapples, grapes. Kind of weird. There's a comma missing there. I'm pretty sure they don't mean pineapples, grapes. Berries, avocados, deciduous fruit, organic produce, value-added salads. Yeah, they make bagged salads too. My mom's a fan of those. Anyway, so let's see. How is the fruit business going? First of all, the first thing I see here, and I'm going to get to the fact that things seem to be looking better over time, but, well, aside from 2021 here, I don't know what that negative number is about, but with earnings, it seems like they're kind of been walking the line regardless. Like, these are huge revenue numbers. 3.73 billion, 4.17 billion, 4.35, 6.45 in 2021. Took off like a rocket, but earnings are razor thin. Super tight margins with this. And I kind of wonder, tight margins. Although, at least in the 3 years prior to 2021, they still managed to eke out a profit. They missed that in 2021, despite having a significant revenue increase. I kind of wonder if part of that is supply chain slowdowns and increased pricing digging into their profits, because I'm looking at these kind of fruits and stuff that they offer here. A lot of these are imported. We don't grow bananas here in the United States. We do grow some avocados, but most of them come from elsewhere, I think. I think it depends on what kind of berries they're talking about. I don't think we grow pineapples here. Pineapples come from elsewhere, I think. Not an expert. Deciduous fruit, not entirely too sure what they mean by that. I know what deciduous means, but I'm not too sure what they mean when they say deciduous fruit. And organic produce. So if I was to guess as to what happened with them in 2021, in fact, you know what? I can read the full report right here. Reports for the full year 2021. I wonder if I take a look at this, it's going to include an explanation of why 2021 those numbers turned out to be so weird. Let's see. By total pro. Oh, interesting. They went through. Okay, I'm sorry. I was a little confused here because I saw TP down here. I was trying to tie that to something that I knew of. It's like, how do you get TP from Dole? Right? But apparently TP is total produce, which merged with. Okay, wait. Let me read this whole sentence. Significant increase in scale and footprint following acquisition of remaining 55% of Dole Food Company, otherwise known as DFC, by Total Produce, to create Dole. Wait, were they swallowed recently? Were they swallowed by this Total Produce brand and now they just made Dole? Interesting. When did that happen? Is there an article I can read about that? First, I want to see these. I want to see this one. I want to see this one. Voluntary recall for certain salads. Uh-oh, that's not good. Where was that article? Long-term sustainable growth. Pro forma. So, pro forma, during the recent learn-along that I did of generally accepted accounting principles, we learned what pro forma is. It is basically when you use non-GAAP procedures for your accounting. So, on a pro forma basis, revenue increased 3.5%. Kind of wonder why they had to. And again, now that I know what this means, I can look at this sentence and I can say it's kind of suspicious that you say that you have to report it pro forma as opposed to using GAAP to actually show off that you have an increase in anything. That's a little suspicious. Revenue increased. Adjusted EBITDA. You know, that's something else I should look at too for a speed run. What EBITDA is. I hear that a lot. I'm not entirely too sure what it means. I know it has something to do with earnings, but that should be something I look into also. Anyway. Alright, let's see. Commenting on the results, Executive Chairman said, transformational year. Let's see, does he talk anywhere here about the yearly loss? Group delivers strong performance for the full year of 2021. Sure, you have growth, but you seem to lose profit while you're doing that. And it's not huge. Like, if this is a temporary thing, like, they can weather a loss of 7.22 million for the year. Like, that's, you know, that's literally, that's pocket change. Find that in the couch of one of these guys, probably. Synergy, resilience for the challenging macroeconomic model. For 2022, targeting revenue in a range of 9.6 to 9.9. That is extremely aggressive numbers, considering that is almost plus 50% from your 2021. And that's after 2021 blowing 2020 out of the water. You are feeling very confident, good sir. Despite the fact that still in quarter one, you seem to be, again, this might as well be a margin of 0. Despite the fact that this number is negative, because when you look at 1.39 billion compared to 2.24 billion, like, it's nothing. But it's still concerning that like negative is bad, 0 is eh. But really what you want is positive. I kind of wonder why they can't get positive. And adjusted EBITDA of 370 to 380 million. Well, you know what? To reach that mark, you're not off to a good start because you've already had minus 1.39, or effectively, like I said before, 0 in quarter one. So, gotta pick up the pace. Yes, Ukraine and Russia, I can definitely see that having an impact. They do say that Ukraine exports a lot of goods like this to other countries, including the United States. Reported decreased. Predominantly driven by a decrease in fresh vegetables due to the impact of the product recall. That is true, they did have a product recall that we saw earlier. Net income for the fourth quarter. Value-added salads product recall. Yeah, let me read about this. We announced a voluntary recall for all packaged salads processed at our Bessemer City, North Carolina, and Yuma, Arizona facility due to a possible health risk from Listeria monocytogenes. I'm gonna look up what that is later. Temporarily suspended operations. Identified the likely source of the contamination was a single piece of harvesting equipment that had been contaminated from the natural environment. As one of these recalls and temporary plant closures include costs for the disposal of affected inventory and packaging. Known to total exceptional one-off costs is estimated at 17.6 million. Oh, that's nothing. Again, drop in the bucket. I am not terribly concerned at all about that recall with numbers like that. Are you kidding me? Forget it. Let's see. So let's see. How do each of their sectors do? Fresh fruit for the fourth quarter increased 6.9%, predominantly due to higher prices of bananas in North America. That makes sense. Actually, that's also a little concerning, because they are basically saying that we didn't have more revenue because, you know, we sold more. It's just that what we're selling happens to be at a higher price. Which I personally would not define as growth. But that's just me. Because what if the price of bananas comes back down? Then then it's going to look like you're shrinking when you're really not. And this looks like growth when it's really not. Decrease 10.39. Okay, let's see. What do I want to look up? I want to look up... well, I want to keep going through this first. Fresh produce. Increased for as a result of strong trading results across the reporting segment. Okay, that sounds decent. Higher revenue from the berry category and growth in the South American export fruit business. So I guess they do get their berries from outside the United States. So that's again, that could be supply chain stuff. I don't know. Actually, you know what? I want to look. Dole Food adopts new supply chain solutions. That should be interesting. I want to take a look at that. I also want to learn Dole Company. Ooh, something happened on May. You know what I haven't done yet? I haven't actually looked at the chart. I'm looking at all these numbers, all these articles. Yeah, it's been sliding ever since February. I feel like Ukraine might have taken a hit on this. Why did it drop 12% today? Guidance cut, missing quarter one. It did not do well in quarter one. Yeah, quarter one was disappointing. Dole Food and Beverage Group adopts new supply chain solutions to avert rising challenges. Well, that's good. At least they're trying to stay ahead of the curve. But so that 2021 recap we talked about, where he said 2022 was going to be a fantastic year. I don't know about that, because now we are living in the future. And we can see that the earnings report from the quarter one of 2022 was not as great as promised. They had revenue of 2.2 billion, net income, adjusted net income. No, they had for quarter one. Wait, why did it say? Adjusted net income. Net loss. Yeah, these are calculated differently. It's the net loss that I'm concerned with. That's why these end up being positive. This is negative. This is the one I'm concerned with. And you know, so he's at that earnings call for the end of 2021, he said, you know, the lead guy, I forgot his name. And hold on, I'm gonna get a calculator here real fast. He said that he was expecting not minimum like 9.5, 9.6 billion of revenue in for 2022. So I know that, you know, produce and food and fruits and vegetables can be a seasonal thing, so I'm not going to pretend like I know how the different seasons would stack up as far as what numbers may turn out to be for them. So I'm going to make the probably stupid assumption right here for working these numbers out, that that all seasons are the same. All seasons have the same potential to bring in revenue. So, with nothing changing and extrapolating out this 2.2 in revenue for quarter one as what may be in the cards for all quarters of 2022, I can say there's not a scientific analysis as that whole word salad I just said. I'm taking a lot of assumptions with these numbers, like a lot of assumptions. But the best I can do at this point, because unlike after that 2021 report, where we are now living in the future from that, we are not living far enough in the future from this, where I can just say, oh, well, let's go look at that article over there. No, this isn't how time works. So I'm going to take that 2.2, I'm going to multiply it by 4, and we get 8.8, which actually is closer to that 9.6 than I expected, so maybe they could actually make it. Maybe. Again, maybe. Quarter one was the winter seasons, at least in the northern hemisphere. Again, a lot of their I'm just gonna stop talking about that because I feel like I'm going to make a fool of myself if I try to explain the globe and seasons and how it factors into their business, because literally anything I say would be guesstimating, and I don't want to go crazy with that. But 8.8 is closer than I expected, given how those numbers turns out. If that is in fact what the end of the year is going to turn out to be, investors probably still will be disappointed because they were promised minimum 9.6. So if that happens, you may see an additional decrease. I don't think I like where this is right now. It's kind of in a strange place where it's a very established company. I don't think there is probably 0% chance of it shrinking at any point. Okay, 0% chance of it going bankrupt. 0% chance of anything like that. While on the flip side, there seems to be not a 0% chance, but an insignificantly small chance that it's going to experience any significant growth in the future, because it, for some reason, seems to suddenly, from last year, struggling to make positive profits in any quarter, combined with the fact that it can't seem to hit its estimates as far as revenue is concerned, despite making those predictions not that long ago. So I kind of, something I should have looked at. I should have looked to see if this had a dividend, because that might be able to elevate me from wanting to hit that sell button to hitting this hold button. In absence of that information, I think I kind of want to hit this sell button. Again, I can hit this sell button for many reasons. I think it's a garbage company. I think it's going nowhere. None of those, I think it's a garbage company, or I think it might, go down in the future. I guess those are kind of the same thing. I don't think this is a bad company. There's just a lot of weird little things that I can't explain. And I don't see any kind of significant growth happening here. So it's more of a sell, not because the company is bad necessarily, but because I'm not seeing growth. I'm not seeing any signals for growth, and there are probably better places to put your money, in my opinion. So I think I have to say sell here. And I'm even not too confident about that, I'll admit, because I was kind of torn between sell and hold, but between those, I was leaning more towards sell. That's why I hit that button. So that's what I thought of Dole. I don't know how this call is going to turn out. I could easily be wrong, but based on what I saw, not a whole lot of growth, as I've said. And that's usually why you want to buy something. I can see this languishing for a while still. And those are my thoughts. Feel free to let me know what you think if you made it this far into the video, and I'll catch you in the next one.